bean and rice burrito. Get yours at a Taco Bell near you. Subscribe and leave a comment to see your face in the next video. An unethical life pro tip, or ULPT, is a tip that improves your life in a meaningful way, perhaps at the expense of others. Koalas have a 20% chance of being infected with chlamydia, with many more carrying the disease. If you are harboring koala refugees from the Australian bushfires, and you cheated on your spouse and got chlamydia, use this as an excuse. If you don't want to make a call, but may later need to prove that you, in fact, did make a call, but they didn't pick up, turn airplane mode on, and make a call. It'll make it look like you did make the call, but the other person/entity didn't answer. In other words, a missed call. Used to do this to prove that I had tried calling my tutor, but he didn't pick up, so I couldn't set a time to study with him. If you are a small business owner with a significant competitor, hire homeless people to bother their customers. Homeless people are an eyesore and can be dangerous and unsanitary. No customer to a new bar or restaurant wants to be near them or be bothered for money 10 times a night. If you pay a few to sleep/live/beg near a business, odds are fewer people will start going to that business and your store wins. This happened in Sioux Falls, South Dakota a few years ago. Not a competitor, but a rich guy that had beef with a coffee store owner bussed homeless people to go fill the shop and just buy a cup of cheap coffee and take all the tables. The rich guy's Chuck Brennan, who made his fortune off of payday loans with like 500% interest, and I believe the coffee store owner was the one who proposed capping that at 36% in our city or state. Legislation passed and Chuck has been stomping his feet ever since. If you own a household item that you cannot afford to get repaired, keep it in your car. If you are ever in an accident that isn't your fault, you can claim it broke during the collision and get the repair paid for in the insurance claim. Leave negative reviews for your gym to deter people from joining and overcrowding the place. Save business cards of the people you don't like. If you ever hit a parked car accidentally, just write sorry on the back and leave it on the windshield. When sharing a cake via the iCut, you choose method slice so one portion appears larger on top, but then cut off at an angle to gain the largest slice. Years of sibling rivalry taught me this. Once she caught on, I would stop doing it, and she would choose the smaller slice. It's become a 21-year game of cat and mouse. If your work has a tip jar, put a bunch of your own cash in it at the beginning of your shift. This pressures people to tip you and you'll make a considerable amount more. If you want better service at a restaurant, bring a notebook and semi-surreptitiously take notes on your experience. The staff will think that you're a restaurant critic and prioritize your service. If they're dumb, critics don't take notes at the table for this reason. It affects service. Some record their whole experience on their phone while talking about it to a companion. They will probably think you are a crazy person who likes putting negative reviews on Yelp and trade their name badge for one in the drawer from someone who doesn't work there anymore. Can't remember how much you quoted a customer for a job? Invoice them 5x what you think it was. They will either pay or call you up with the proper amount and you can claim a billing mistake. Need to throw away bulky items or some shady things? Find the nearest apartment complex near you and use their dumpsters. There's likely no cameras unlike a store's dumpster, and people will just assume you're a resident dumping their trash. Also steal someone's thrown away mail and put it in your trash bag and you're home free. If an Android phone user lets you borrow their phone for some reason, you can find out where they live by asking Google take me home. Google apps know where we live unless the user specifically says not to. I was using my dad's phone on our way home from seeing family when I cut in on his voice command because he was taking too long. Not sure if Google recognized that I was his son and formerly lived there, so I'll have to actually test this with a friend of mine. If you see something you really want on Craigslist and it might get sold quickly, save the number and report the ad so it gets taken down and the pool of offers ends with you. Snot-nosed brat bothering you? Blast a frequency you can't hear, but will drive them insane. As we grow older, we lose the ability to hear higher frequencies. Certain frequencies can only be heard by people of a younger age. If a snot-nosed little shit keeps bothering you, blast something like this link to a rat repellent noise. Wherever the kids are with a giant as speaker. Neighbor's kids being a piece of shit, and neighbor won't do anything? No problem. Blast the shit out of them 24/7. Loud upstairs/downstairs neighbors with kids. No problem, blast M. Teens loitering on your property? Blast M. Be careful with this, because it could hurt their ears physically, but I'm not really sure. Today the government banned flavored vape pods, so now is the perfect time to buy them. When stores are no longer carrying them, you can sell them for double, or even triple the price to desperate teens. If you suspect your so might be cheating on you, check their Google Maps location history. They may delete their messages and the like, but often will forget about this. Conversely, if you are cheating on someone, delete your location history. When posting things for sale on Facebook Marketplace or similar, make an intentional error. People will react and comment to point out the mistake, which gets your post shown to more people. Want free tickets to things to do around your town? Tell them you are seeking donations for an organization, then pocket the tickets. I'm legitimately running a silent auction for my school, but I was so surprised how easily I was able to get tickets from the zoo and museum by just filling out their donation request online. They didn't seem to have any interest in following up either. Whenever you buy new furniture, scratch a tiny bit of the back where you can't see with a knife. Take a photo and send an email to the furniture store's customer service and say there's a defect. 90% of the time they will offer a partial refund. I bought a $700 bed frame, scratched the back of it, and emailed a photo of the defect to the furniture store's customer service team and got a partial refund of $300. Wouldn't do this with the mum and pop furniture stores though, I'd stick to the big chain furniture stores. Request: how do I get someone to move out without it being obvious? I have a roommate who is related to my family and it's critical that I keep the peace. For a number of reasons, we can't stand this guy. What are subtle ways I can fuck with him to make him move out? I want him to think it's his own idea and don't want to make myself look bad. Try helping him with every stupid thing. Keep asking if he is fine. Say he looks worried. Try to make him talk about it. Give unwanted advice on everything he says or does. Make suggestions he should do this or that. Just try to be all over him. Mentally choke him with good intentions. Dramatically decrease your chance of getting tickets by giving small donations to police department charities. When you send the donation request department stickers and prominently display each year's sticker in succession on the back of your vehicle, the officer will notice, and especially when you have 3+ stickers, it really makes the officer rethink, and they approach your window like they owe you. Works like a charm. Making donations of just around $10 works fine, and $30 beats $200-300. If a relative keeps asking you about having kids, lie that the wife is pregnant. A few months later, tell them there was a miscarriage, so they'll feel uncomfortable bringing up the subject again. If you have a significant unexplained employment gap that is hurting your resume, claim that you were providing full-time end-of-life care for a grandparent or other older relative. I found this out because it actually was true in my case. I had a 14-month employment gap after college, so I could care for my grandfather who was dying from brain cancer. That gap has always hurt me. When I explained it at an interview recently, the interviewer's entire opinion of me changed in her eyes. That gap initially meant I was lazy and coasted for a year after college, and once I told her I was caring for my grandfather, she realized that her perception of the situation was wrong. After that, I wrote it in my resume like it was a job, and bam, significant increase in the number of interview callbacks. It's a perfect lie. No one can verify it. They can't ask you details about it without being a dick. You can be as vague as you want and no one will press you, and it makes you look like a goddamn selfless hero. Ever need to go to the hospital? Don't bring your ID indefinitely. Don't give them your real name or address. They can't bill you the unethical, outrageous amounts if they don't know who you really are. Yet they still have to treat you. Just make sure whoever brings you to the ER has the same story as you. Need a discount for an online purchase? Try variations of sorry, sorry 15, sorry 20, etc. Companies will often have unadvertised coupon codes available to give to customers for faulty products or shipping mistakes. If a website requires you to enter payment information before getting a free trial, create an account on the Spanish or Belgian PayPal, since those don't require you to enter a credit card to create the account, and then just add it to your payment info. If you're driving next to a cop with drugs in your car and are trying to act normal, pick your nose. Your body language shows you aren't concerned with anyone around you. The last thing you'd ever do if you were paranoid about a cop next to you is pick your nose. Plot twist, Op is a cop and is using this to help him know which cars have drugs in them.